welcome to the Talk with Tariro. We are now in October, and we do know October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And when it comes to issues of breast cancer awareness, I always say, yes, this might be the month that we are commemorating it. We need to be amplifying our voices around it, but really that awareness, it needs to be 12 months of the year, 24/7, because we would want early diagnosis, we would want women not to succumb to breast cancer. So on the show today, we have invited a breast cancer survivor. That's Gladys Fainoza. Gladys, welcome to the Talk with Tariro.
Thank you, Tali.
Yes.
I'm so happy to be with you.
Please share with us your journey with breast cancer. What really happened until you got diagnosed until today?
Okay, thank you, Tali. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007. I felt the lump in 2002. There I was busy doing my studies.
Yes.
Then I told my husband that I want to forget about this lump because it might disturb me.
You suspected?
Yes. So I continued my studies in 2003. Then in 2006, I was deployed in rural areas. There I was feeling sick, but I didn't know what was causing that. Then the other day, I woke up with severe cold sores on my lips. So I thought it was just fever. I went to the doctor, and the doctor was surprised to see those cold sores. So he concentrated more on the cold sores. Then during that procedure, I said, "Doctor, I have a lump here." And he said, "Are you sick? Can you be serious?" And I said, "I'm sick." Then he felt the lump and said, "Oh no, there's no need for you to worry because it is outside the breast. I need to do biopsy." So he arranged for the day for the biopsy. I went to the hospital. The procedure went on well. Then I went back home. When I stayed at home, the site where the biopsy was done, it started to grow like I had a bone inside. And it was, I felt pain. Then from there, I started to put on a towel to keep it warm so the pain might ease up. Then there was this other day, we thought of visiting the area and see the doctor. So when I went to the doctor, I said, "Doctor, I've come back for the results." And he said, "Where have you been? Why did you delay?" And I said, "I'm feeling much better."
You delayed for how long?
It was about 6 months at home, feeling the pain. Then when he touched the area, he said, "Wow, this is not nice. We have delayed everything." And I said, "What is this doctor saying?" And then he said, "I want to see the results." We waited for the results. I went into his rooms and he said, "Mrs. Fainoza, I've got bad news for you. It is positive cancer." I just looked at the doctor and he said, "Aren't you going to cry?" And I said, "Cry for what? Tell me what to do. I'm not going to cry."
Yeah.
And he said, "Call your husband." I went in to call my husband. He came in, he sat down, and he said, "Mr. Fainoza, I've got sad news. The results are positive. Your wife had cancer." And my husband said, "It's okay." Then the doctor said, "What a strange couple." And I said, "What do you want us to do?" Just give us the way forward.
What we need to do,
Instead of us to panic, the doctor panicked. He had to run around looking for better surgeons for us. Then he referred me to a certain surgeon in Harare. We visited the surgeon and he told us to go for mammogram. All the investigations were done. And they were just coming out positive, all the results. Then the surgeon said, "Mrs. Fainoza, here in Harare, there's a certain hospital that I want you to go, and I'll do the operation there." And he told me it was St. Anne's. And I said, "St. Anne's? I cannot afford that. It's damn expensive." And he said, "Whether you like it or not, you have to go there.
You have to find the resources."
Yes. I went back home. By then, I was now staying with my young sister in Greendale. And she was advised by the first doctor that they should keep me busy, keep me happy, not to be isolated. So she tried by all means to keep me happy and occupied. Then we had a certain visitor who came to us and said, "These days people are very sick. I wonder why it is happening. It's like if you are diagnosed with cancer, just know that you are going to die." Then my young sister said, "Can you shut up? This one, she has been diagnosed with cancer." And then he said, "My guru, no, you are not going to die. cancer is not going to kill you. And I said, I've heard that. So there's no need for you to console me.
Yeah.
I've heard it, I'm going to die. I'm now sitting on a damn bomb. I started to cry, and my young sister was advised not to cry in front of me and not to say anything concerning money when I'm around. So the family came together during my absence, and they managed to raise the money which was wanted for the operation. I was admitted at that hospital. Then on the day of admission, I couldn't believe what the receptionist said. He asked my husband, where is the cancer patient? And my husband said, this is the cancer patient. And he said, no, I want the cancer patient. So this is the cancer patient. And he said, she doesn't look like a cancer patient.
Wow.
From that moment, it boosted my morale.
Wow.
And I said, I'm not sick. I don't look sick.
Yes.
So there's no need for me to worry.
To worry.
Up to the wards, when I get there, there were 3 female patients. They were all bedridden. I saw that. Then when I was sitting on the bed, the nurse came and said, where is the patient? And my husband said, there she is. She's sitting on the bed. And she said, no, we want a cancer patient. So this is the cancer patient. And I said, so I'm not sick.
Yeah,
sick.
It gave you confidence.
Yes. And then
yeah.
she said, no, Gladys, are you sick? And I said, no, I'm not sick. There's something that was going to cause me
to be sick.
And then she said, it's fine. Then I changed into my 90s, and she said, you're really sick, eh? And I said, wait for tomorrow, then you are going to see the results. All the 3 ladies were bedridden, and I was like a monitor to them. I had to give them water, I had to give them everything they wanted. Then came the day, the sisters came and said, you're not going to eat, so you're going for theater today. And I said, yes. I went to the theater, the op was done. Back to the wards, my young sister came, my husband came. I was in my jovial, making noise or talking all sorts of things. Then the medical staff came and said, this patient is very talkative. She's not like someone who's sick. Then I stayed in hospital for 9 days.
That was after the operation?
Yes, after.
Okay, all right. We will continue with Gladys' story after this short break. Welcome back. We continue with our discussion where we are hearing Gladys' journey with breast cancer. Yeah, you stayed in hospital for 9 days.
Yes, for 9 days, the physiotherapist came and she gave me some exercises to do, and I did them very well. And she said, ladies, I'm not going to waste my time by coming back here. You are so fit and flexible. So I wish you speedy recovery. Off she went. Then when I was in hospital again, sister from Cancer Association of Zimbabwe, she came to see me. And when she got into the ward, she said, your face is shiny, you look so happy. And I said, yes, I'm happy. Because the thing that was going to make me sick has been taken away.
Removed, yeah.
So I think I'm going to stay 10 years more, and I will see my children growing up. Then the doctor came and advised the other medical members to remove the staples that were on the operation. And that was done. I was in pain. I remember sleeping on my back. Then my husband came and I said, can you call the doctor? I'm not feeling well. I don't want to go home. Then he said, it's okay. Let me go and call him and tell him what you want. Before he left, I said, can you make me sit so that you can come and I'll relax? He helped me to sit on the bed and the pain disappeared. And I said, can you go home? He said, what? I said, I want to go home. Let's go home. I left the hospital in my 90s and I went home. When I went home, my sister was there for me. I can't even explain how she took care of me.
Yeah.
Then the visitors started to come. I remember a certain doctor of mine, he came and said, is this real cancer? And I said, what are you trying to say?
Yes.
And he said, you don't look like someone who has cancer. And I said, I don't have cancer. Cancer was supposed to be there, but it was early for me to go for the operation. Those comments, again, they boosted my morale. The wound healed well. Then there was this stage for chemotherapy. I had to go and see the oncologist. I went there by myself, and she said, no, I need one of your relatives. Unfortunately, they were all occupied. I had to look for my uncle. He came, and we went in, and she told me that my cancer was on stage 3. And she told us the procedures and the after effects of chemotherapy. They hearing the after effects of chemotherapy was something. That's when I started to cry. I cried, and to look for the money for the prescriptions that she wrote me, it was something else.
Yeah.
But because my family were told what to do, they sat down on their own. Honestly, Tari, to tell you how much it costed, I don't even know.
Wow.
I was only told that the medicine has been found. I tried to inquire where they got the money from. They said that's none of your business. You just go and receive your medication. I went to St. Clement's for chemotherapy. It was something. But I managed to pull through. I had 6 sessions of chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Then after that, I was supposed to go for radiotherapy.
Yes.
Then radiotherapy, it was a great challenge again. But God intervened, and we managed to get the money for radiotherapy, of which the radiotherapy was not done here in Zimbabwe. I went to South Africa.
Yes.
And in South Africa, it was something again. But to my surprise, the doctors were so impressed with the sight of my operation. And they said, was this done in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
They said, yes. They've got good doctors in Zimbabwe. And yes, we have got good doctors.
Good doctors, yes.
So instead of me to have the radiotherapy on the onset, they had to ask for my permission for them to teach the oncology students on how to conduct an operation on a cancer patient and how to mark the area for radiotherapy. It was done on me in South Africa. The student learned everything from me. And then I went for 31 days, the sessions for radiotherapy, and everything was done. I came back to Zimbabwe, and I was placed on tamoxifen, and I was to go for follow-ups at Parere, and the procedures just went on well. But the challenge was there for us to have money.
Yeah, it's the issue of the.
Yes.
So where are you now with the cancer? Are you on remission or what?
I was on tamoxifen for 5 years.
Yes.
Then I was told by the doctor to proceed taking tamoxifen for 10 years. I did that, and everything is now fine.
Controlled.
I just go for follow-ups so that they can see where I am and the progress that is happening to me. And that's my story.
And I'm sure people are asking, are you cancer-free or what? What would you then call you if we are saying this one is a breast cancer survivor?
I am a breast cancer survivor. And my mindset is telling me that I'm not cancer-free. Because I'm not encountering any problem concerning cancer.
Yes.
That's who I am.
How important is having a positive mindset? Because for you it's from when you actually got their diagnosis.
Positive attitude is very helpful because we won't be thinking of the illness.
Yeah.
If you have positive mind, positive attitude, everything will sail through well.
Yeah.
There will be no hiccups. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Like what I have done. If you were to come and visit me when I was under the treatment, you were going to ask us, are you on chemotherapy? Are you on radiotherapy?
Yes.
Because I wasn't all that sick. I didn't feel the pain. But the doctors knew what they were doing on me.
Yeah.
They know it was cancer. So they were trying to treat that cancer. So as for me to say I was sick, I was bedridden, no. Yeah. Because of the attitude that I had, and because of the support that I got from my relatives and friends.
And for you, when you had the lump and then you said it would disturb my studies, did the doctor say you delayed or? Because you took how many years before you then went on?
2003, it was 2002, 3, 4, I think almost 5 years, 4.
Yeah.
5 to 6 years.
And we always hear early diagnosis, early diagnosis.
To tell you the truth, Tari, I haven't heard anything concerning cancer.
Wow.
I started to hear about cancer when I was diagnosed with cancer. That's why I was so ignorant. And in our family, I'm the first child to be diagnosed with cancer.
Well, yeah, when we talk about October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, if you hear from what Gladys is saying, she had a lump, stayed for about 5 years because she had not heard anything about cancer. Luckily for her, she went and it wasn't too late. We have her here really proclaiming that she is cancer-free. Join us after the break. Welcome back as we continue with our discussion where we are looking at the issue of breast cancer. We are in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Gladys, for you as somebody who's now in this field through your experience, how important is breast cancer awareness? We know October, this is the month where we are saying we need to amplify our voices in terms of bringing out the awareness.
Awareness is very important for those who haven't heard anything about cancer. If people come to know more about cancer, I don't think we will have more cancer patients.
Yeah.
And women will go for screening, for treatment early. Not to delay like what I did.
Yeah. And family support. How important is it? Even in terms of that awareness that we are talking about, you are attributing everything to family support through them coming together on financial resources, your sister looking after you, making sure you're not worried about anything. How important, because here we also want to create awareness to families when they have somebody who's got breast cancer.
Family support is very important because you have financial problems, challenges. If you have financial challenges, you can't solve that problem on your own. You have to be together. So to me, family support towards cancer is very, very vital.
Yeah.
Because you won't get stressed, you won't get depressed, because you know someone is there supporting you.
Yeah.
Someone is there to give you all the support that you want. The needs, especially when it comes to diet.
Yeah.
Diet has to change. You have to follow what the doctors say.
What are you supposed to eat?
I remember being told not to eat red meat, not to eat food with artificial ingredients.
Yeah.
Then I went to meet this other lady and they said, I've been told not to eat most of the food. What should I eat? And she said, Gladys, eat your traditional food. Eat your traditional food.
Yes.
Then I diverted to our traditional food like namfushwa.
Yes.
Straight sadza, namunga, jiyo.
Yes.
And I even bought my mother-in-law to make some pumpkin seeds. I call them pumpkin seeds balls. She will grind the pumpkin seeds and mold them into small balls and cook them. They taste so nice. We say we call them mabumbe. Yeah, mabumbe. So I started eating those traditional food. Up to now, I don't go for those commercial food because I know my diet.
Yes.
Yes. So that's the other part of family support. And then family support is there for you when you are down. They will uplift you.
Yes.
You know, somewhere, somehow, they are praying for me. They are talking about me positively.
Yeah.
And I'm there to tell them, to advise them again to go for screening.
Yeah.
Because if they go for screening, they will advise others. They will tell others my testimony.
Yes.
Like my sister, she used to tell people that I've got a sister who was diagnosed with cancer, but she's doing quite well. My daughter, wherever she is, she talks about that. And she told them that my mother is a breast cancer survivor. That's a family support. My husband said, Glady, this is not your own fight. We are going to fight this thing together. So for me, family support is very important.
Let's go on the issue of early diagnosis. how important is it? From your own experience, from what you went through, and now we know you actually liaise and interact with other fellow women. Even that issue of saying self-examination and all, we want to hear it from you, telling other women how important that is.
Early diagnosis is very important. If it is diagnosed early, it is not all that expensive. Because if I had gone for treatment earlier, we wouldn't have encountered the challenges of finance that we had. Because they might say, yeah, on stage one, well, I'm not well versed with what the doctors do, but from my own observation, stage one is not all that expensive. Unlike if you wait, if you delay like what I did, up to that level, the things that you go through will be very expensive. So early diagnosis is very, very important. And even self-screening or going to visit the cancer center or any medical areas, they will diagnose the disease early. And you won't have any challenges. Because if it is diagnosed earlier, it will be cheaper than waiting for it to be diagnosed later. It will be very expensive.
And looking at women with breast cancer, what would you say are the major challenges that they face? And what kind of support would you say, if this is put in place, at least the problem would be addressed?
Yeah, women with breast cancer are facing so many challenges when it comes to finance. Because treating cancer is very, very expensive. If you go to the doctor, they want a lot of money, and you can't even afford it. If you go to the general hospital, they also want money, and they are overloaded with the patients.
Yes.
So what I'm advocating for is, if the treatment is made free, I don't know whether that is possible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say this, because looking at the other patients, like the HIV patients, they are getting their medication for free.
For free, yeah.
As I had to go and buy tamoxifen. Tamoxifen is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
For me to secure medicine for chemotherapy or going for radiotherapy is expensive. So my wish is, if the stakeholders or the corporate world come together and assist us. Yes, I might say I was lucky because of the family support that I got. But what about those
who don't have that?
Who don't have the support? So I really wish if we could come together and talk about it and see a better way of treating cancer. Because other ladies out there, it doesn't mean that they don't want to get treatment, but they will indulge into different areas for them to be treated rather than visiting the hospitals, because they always say we don't have money. So my plea is, please can we get help in terms of money, in terms of better ways of getting the medication.
Indeed, that's Gladys' journey with breast cancer. And we heard her appeal where she is saying, when we look at cancer treatment, it is not cheap. And the appeal is to the corporate world, to the government, almost to everyone. Can we try and do something to make sure that treatment is affordable? If possible, it can be free. October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You and I, we need to play our part in terms of creating that awareness. We heard about family support. Next week, we are bringing an amazing woman who is also a breast cancer survivor and had phenomenal family support for her to be where she is. So make sure you join us next week. Goodbye.